What's up, guys? It's my first live stream. Um, and yes, I'm just trying it out basically to see how this live stream thing works. And I just got legible not too long ago to do live streams. So I'm just gonna come on here and, certain things I gotta talk about, not making videos. We're just gonna come on here and talk about it on here. But what's up, guys? How y'all doing? My first live stream again, as I said, and don't forget to like, share, comment on my videos, share them. Let's help me build my channel up, and continue to produce great content for you guys. I'm still in the learning process of the whole YouTube thing and everything, and see how it's working. And I'm learning every day and getting better with it every day, I must say. But it's fun so far. During the COVID, I had a little, it was a bit hectic, as it was for everybody. So I stopped recording, or I should say I stopped basically posting. I have a lot of content like recorded that I need to get up, so you guys could enjoy. So right now I'm just in the process of editing a lot of videos, to bring forth to you guys so you guys enjoy, and share with your friends. Share. Please, guys, help me build, and come along on this journey with me. But today on my live, I didn't just want to just come on here and ramble about, me. I have to throw you guys some content. And it's just been crazy, and I'm kind of making a switch. I wouldn't say a switch, but I'm kind of like adding a little flavor to my channel by, incorporating different content in there and not just sports. Like as I've been going along, like I gradually, I find interest in other things as well. So you might see a little difference in my channel with, certain contents, but that's just for you guys and of my interest as well. Letting you guys see different sides of me and not just the sports aspect, but definitely, stick with me. I'm really enjoying, making content and putting it out there. And with everything, it's just time and sacrifice. And I'm currently learning this along the way. And, just trying to basically, you have to be organized as a YouTuber. You can't just straight up just get up and, you have to basically organize and have everything basically sorted out so you could basically make your posting and your content smooth, make everything smooth and pretty much nice. But today I want to talk to you guys about the playoffs. I don't know if you guys been following the playoffs and the NBA, of course, and it's been really interesting so far. It's we've had rough and very weird 2020, to say the least. But, in all, I see everybody's basically trying to have a form of normalcy, I should say. And with sports being back, I don't know if at first I didn't think was going to be a good thing for sports coming back. I like sports, but personally, I didn't think it was going to be a good thing for sports to come back. But, certain organizations like the NBA and the WNBA and a lot of different sports, MLB, soccer, they took the precautions, like they sat down and actually came up with a plan to that wouldn't put their players' life in danger, but make it basically a safe environment for everybody. And have steps and basically stuff in place for what if, COVID interferes with that. So the WNBA had, came up with a great plan, and so far it's been working, and we've been seeing some great performance from different teams. But today I'm going to talk about just one, the shocker to everybody. And for me, it was a shocker, but just looking at how the bubble was going, and when everybody resumed playing basketball, how everything, the events turned out. We've seen great performance from Damian Lillard. We've seen great performance from Donovan Mitchell. It had a lot of players that, really showed out and showcased their talents like never before. Sorry. And Morey he is just playing on another planet right now. And as we've all know, Denver Nuggets kicked out LA Clippers. Clippers was one of the favorites to go challenge the Lakers, for the crown in the West. But as we've seen, they got bumped. And I've seen, I've been reading a lot of different articles, watching ESPN, First Take, NBA The Jump, Undisputed. A lot of them, are basically putting the blame on Paul George and Kawhi. And, not too many people are putting the blame on the coaches, because like at around game 3, I could kind of sense that something was going on with the Clippers. Something was wrong with them. Like they just didn't play, along the year. They never had a continuity to play with each other, basically. Somebody was always hurt. Something was, going on. They never really had a solid starting 5 played together. And then, of course, COVID came through and it messed that up, whatever rhythm that they had going. But you can't use that as an excuse, because every other team in the NBA went through the same process. It's just who wants it more, who's more hungry. So I've seen a lot of people bashing Paul George. Some of the parts of the blame has to do with him, because he didn't show up at all. I'm still waiting for him to show up to play, and he just disappointed me. I like him as a player. He's a great player. I still feel he's a great player, but I think he needs to step his game up when it comes to the playoffs. Like, legends and players leave their legacy behind because of the playoffs. Players basically make players. All of these big contracts that you see these NBA players getting, they're getting that because of their play in the playoffs as well. It's not just regular season. We looking at you on a large scale. Like, what are you going to do for the future of our team? Because we want to win championship. Every team ultimate goal is to win championship, be that number 1 team at the end of the year to lift that trophy. And in everything you do, you always want to be a winner. So when you come out, in the bottom, or basically where the Clippers fell off in the semifinals, that's basically a disappointing season for a team as talented as them. We're having Kawhi Leonard, having Paul George, having Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, Patrick Beverley. They have basically studs. That's a starting 5. That's a scary starting 5 when you look at it on paper, but that's just what it is. It looks good on paper. When it comes to play, they basically just didn't show up in game 7. And, Paul George is taking a lot of heat for it, but it's not just him. Kawhi also. Kawhi had 14 points. Paul George had 10 points. And they both didn't shoot great at all. Like, they was just horrible. Doc Rivers, my man's like, I don't know. I don't think he should. Personally, I don't think he should lose his job. But it's been 7 years, man, and you haven't brought the team to not even a Western Conference Finals. Come on, man. You need to stop. You need to cut that drought that LA Clippers is going through right now. And you had the perfect team basically set up for you this year for you to do it. And, it didn't happen. And it was the perfect opportunity as well because you didn't have teams like Golden State wasn't in there. So come next year, it's going to be much harder, barring that, COVID doesn't exist. And a lot of teams are getting like better next season. Off season is going to come and teams are going to reevaluate what plays they need, what position they need to get better at, and what step, what direction basically they want to be headed to. And that's definitely going to be a challenge for the Clippers come next year. So they have to take a long look at, not just the players, but their staff as well. This falls on the staff. It starts from the top to the bottom, man. And, you can't just blame the players and blame one single player for a team failing because, after all, it's a team sport. It's not just, one player. Yes, you have superstars, which are Kawhi and Paul George. They didn't show up, but it's still a team sports. And if you're going to blame anybody, you have to blame everybody, which is Doc Rivers, Kawhi, everybody. But it is the blame they're getting is worthy because, come on, man. Like, I'm still waiting for like a good game. They had Jamal Murray show out on them, drop 40, and you're supposed to be the two best defensive players in the NBA currently. And a guy like Jamal Murray, not saying he's not a good player, he's a great player, and he's gonna be a superstar in the league one day. And this just showed you he gave you living proof right now of how great he is or how great he's about to become. So another thing I feel like they basically look down on the Nuggets like, oh, we got this. We're more talented than you guys. You guys only have two superstar players and a bunch of role players. But the Nuggets, they fail to understand that the Nuggets played great team basketball. They played as a team. Everybody on the Nuggets knew their roles. And I felt like at times on the Clippers, guys was looking confused. They just didn't like know what they was about. They didn't know their role as players on the team. They was just all over the place. After Lou Williams came out from his quarantine jail, I feel like he was never the same player. Like he almost lost a step. I don't know what that was about. They blame it on chemistry, but come on, don't come with that chemistry thing because y'all had enough time to, yes, chemistry has a part to do with team sports a lot, but they're just taking that as an easy route out. Oh, we need time to play together. Look at the Lakers. Look at the Lakers. It's just accepting your role. LeBron and AD they know their role. LeBron know why he wanted to play with AD. AD know why he went to the Lakers. It's knowing your role, and all the other pieces, once you accept your role, you fall in line perfectly. And the chemistry, basically, it generates from that, knowing your role. And I feel like they never accepted their roles as players on the Clippers. And it showed. It showed all through the year. And, you had a lot of analysts and players called it out. Like, Stephen A. Smith called it out. I watched this video recently of Gilbert Arenas talking about it. And I think it was back in February or something. He was talking about it. And he basically stated that he don't see the Clippers going too far because their players don't look like they believe in what they're doing. They don't, you have to buy in. That's the first goal in when you forming a team to win a championship is buying into the system. If players don't buy into the system, nothing is gonna, you're not gonna be successful. You're not gonna be successful at all. And I feel like the Clippers definitely failed tremendously in this year's playoff. Sorry, with this loss. And come next year, we're gonna see in the offseason what changes they make, what role players they bring in, who they sign back, who they release, who they trade. But in all, it's not just Paul George to be blamed. Doc Rivers is to be blamed as well. You could go as far as ownership. You could say they should have surrounded them with better role players that fit, and yeah, but the sports world right now is rocking. At least we're getting a little something, even during these trying times. But I have to respect these organizations for what they're doing. Yesterday, the NCAA Big Ten announced that they're gonna start their football season October 24th or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in October. And if you watch college football, I know you're probably ecstatic because that's like the next big sports after the NFL, is college football. Watching all these young stars, performing to move to the next level. And a lot of players sat out, I don't blame them. A lot of players don't want to put their family at risk during this whole pandemic going on and everything. And other players, due to the social injustice going on and everything, a lot of players took stand, and much respect to them on that. And everybody have their own agenda in life, and you can't expect every person in the world to think alike, whether or not you're from the same family or you're on the same team, or you're from the same ethnic background, same country, it doesn't matter. We all believe in different things, and my belief and your belief, might not be the same, but that's good. That's what makes the world a unique place. And that's what makes people in general very interesting, because we all have our own things that we believe in, whether or not, this is going on or that is going on. You stick to your beliefs because as a man, that's what, some people pride themselves on, is their beliefs. And a lot of players, they didn't see it fit to go play a sports when you have all of these, stuff going on in the world right now. And a lot of people believe that sports is taking away the attention and shifting the attention to sports when it should be plastered or basically placed, on social injustice and everything going on. And, much respect to all the different organizations that have been pushing for, reform and economic reform, voting, everything. And that's a big key in the world today. Everybody wants equality, and it's not just here; it's everywhere in the world. It's all different forms of equality going on. Gender inequality, and it's about time that we come together as a world. It can't just be here; it has to be all over. Because in America alone, we have people from basically every country in the world is here in America. In New York alone, that's why they consider New York the melting pot. You have all different type of cultures here, all different types of belief, So you're on a daily basis, you come across multiple different people from different countries, and we all don't have the same beliefs, and we all don't fight the same fight. So, but this is a fight that everybody have to fight in order to make a difference. And, a lot of players are putting their foot down and, demanding change. And I have the utmost respect for those players, whether they're in college, whether they're in professional. But that's your platform. Use your platform to make a change. And a lot of people are using their platform, to strive for change. And, others that have their platform and they're not using it, that's on them, But yeah. So this was my first live. I hope this live was interesting. I just wanted to come out and, shoot out my thoughts on everything. I'm going to probably be doing one of these every once a month and talk about, different things that's going on in the world. That's what I'm going to use my live for. And, it's not just going to be sports. It's going to be a multiple different things. But yeah, shout out to my people back home in my country. If you're back home right now and you are subscribed to my channel, share, spread my channel around back home, and for those of you who don't know where I'm from, go in my video. I have a video that says a Dominican tag. You could click on there and you could see where I'm from, but I'm from the country of Dominica, West Indies all day. But yeah, I'm from the Caribbean, if you couldn't tell by now. But yeah, that's my first live, you guys. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you guys for everything you've been doing so far. Continue, following me, and yeah, just stick with me and enjoy this ride. Yeah, my first live. I'm out. Like, share, comment on my content and stick with me. And that's a wrap for this live. Bye.